If you have any real question whether or not, after millions and millions and millions of people have entered our country, if you have any question at all, if there are jihadists here, I don't think you really have to look any farther than Congress. I mean, they are absolutely here. At least their supporters are here. I mean, Rashida Tlaib, basically everyone's favorite terror simp, she spoke in Detroit at a Palestine conference that literally promoted terrorists and literally advocated for terrorist tactics. A sitting member of the United States Congress, she was welcomed as if she belonged.
Y'all, welcome. Welcome to the most beautiful, blackest city in the country, the city of Detroit. I don't know if I need to remind you all, but Detroit, we birth movements, not just labor movements. We birth movements on environmental justice, on women's rights, and so much more. So welcome, gain strength from this amazing, beautiful black city that raised me. I don't need to tell you that you're on the right side. I don't need to. But I'll be damned if I wait 10 years before they apologize to all of you for doing what was right at this moment. Each year, our country, and I say our country because it is our country, sends billions of dollars to maintain an apartheid government and support the ongoing ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. It is disgraceful that the Biden administration and my colleagues in Congress continue to smear them for protesting to save lives, no matter faith or ethnicity. It is cowardly. But we're not going to forget in November, are we? The International Court of Justice just ruled that the Israeli government must stop its invasion of Rafah. But President Biden says what's happening in Gaza is not a genocide. Where's your red line, President Biden? You all, every single bullet, every single gun, every single weapon, bombs that we send is a sacrifice of our own schools here at home. Many of which, when I go into the schools, have garbage bags over their drinking fountains because they don't have clean water.
I mean, she's so passionate sounding that she might actually believe all that nonsense that she spouted, but my gut tells me that her real passion, all she's really passionate about, all that passion just comes from good old-fashioned Jew hating, because nothing she said was true. Every dollar that we give Israel is required to be spent here in the United States on American goods. And whether you like the whole setup or not, whether you like it, whether you think it's good or not, that's not the point. The point is, that's true. And what Tlaib said is just, as usual, a lie. She's just fixated on Israel because basically she doesn't like Jews. You know, when you really look at what Israel is, what they do and where they do it and how they do it, they are the only free country in the entire Middle East. They are the only nation where Muslim, Christian, and Jew are treated equal under this country's laws. I mean, it's the only place they can all vote. It's the only place that they're all representative. There's even gays in Israel. No one cares. No one tries to throw them off of bridges. Israel's literally everything that we should appreciate and promote as Americans, yet the American left absolutely hate them. I mean, they preach democracy at home. They preach protecting democracy here and in Ukraine and everywhere else that it suits them, right? But not in the Middle East. Not in the Middle East. They want no democracy in the Middle East. And it's remarkable stuff when you really, if you know just a tiny, tiny bit about history, if you know just a tiny, tiny bit about what's actually going on, it is truly the most remarkable and transparent garbage you can imagine. I mean, this woman and a lot of people like her, they hate democracy. They despise freedom. The Democrats have finally lost control of their lunatic fringe.
President Biden, I hope you hear us loud and clear. Attacking the authority of the International Criminal Court and interfering in the legal process is nothing more than an attempt to prevent the genocidal maniac Netanyahu and his senior Israeli officials from being held accountable for those crimes against humanity. You are an enabler, President Biden. But wait, you know when my colleagues are outraged? They're outraged over the protest on college campuses in our country. They're more outraged than that, than the atrocities happening right now on the ground in Palestine, the war crimes. Y'all, there's no universities in Gaza. We all know this. We say it over and over again. And now, if they get their way, they're going to silence the universities here at home.
Well, if you don't speak lunatic, I mean, this congresswoman, basically, she fantasizes about importing the most ancient hatred the world has ever seen. And she wants to bring it all to America. She doesn't even hide it anymore. And the Democrat Party, they're so frightened of the insane leftists that they've basically created that they're powerless to stop her. They won't lift a finger. They won't say a word. They will not even pay her any attention. They won't say or do anything. And Republicans, they'll call for her to be removed, but it's all empty. I mean, they're not going to do anything. And remember this, Republicans joined in the whole virtue signal vote to remove George Santos. And whether you like that guy or not, he was accused of fraud. He was not convicted of anything. He was just accused. And they broke years, decades, hundreds of years of precedent to show some sort of bipartisan goodwill. I think they probably thought that sometime in the future, when something like this was up for a vote, they'd enjoy some reciprocity. But of course, that is never, ever, ever going to happen. That will not happen. That will never, ever happen. Republicans are weak. I mean, Republicans are stupid, and they will never, ever, ever learn this lesson. They're just going to continue to whine and complain. And Democrats are just going to keep sending creatures like this to Congress. And we have got to find a way to stop these people. And by we, I mean you and me. I mean the country. I mean the voters. We've got to find a way to stop these people. But that's just my take, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.